Hi everyone. So today I have two points to discuss. So first one is the web application that we have been discussing about, and second would be a problem. In the previous episode, I had discussed about the problems where we were facing in the distributor, retailer, and this mapping that we had product title, actual, what is the name matching that we have done, different things. So here we have found another problem. So we had implemented agent-based mapping. What was search? How we were mapping using different search techniques, and what happens in different scenarios when LLM refuses to pass the invoices that we upload. So we have discussed. So herein we are facing another problem. So the problem is that okay, let me write down. The problem is that in the brand here, let's take Prince. So distributor master, let's say X distributor limited. So even though this distributor purchases from this brand of Prince pipes, but it maintains a different master, not exactly 100% different. But since the multi-brand distributor has pipes of, say, pipes of Prince, then extra or multiple other companies. So in the product title or the invoices that it has, what is the sure sort way, one foolproof way to find out that this is my product for any brand? If the product title there is no brand name mentioned, if in the actual product title, if there is no brand name mentioned, then how you can identify that this is my brand of Prince? And since these products are not you cannot just look at it and identify that this is a X company brand, this is a Y company brand. So that's difficult. And since our goal is to create some incentive for the end user in case here is the retailer. So if we create incentive, the invoices that the retailer uploads from the distributor, or whatever the invoices that retailer will upload, it will be a secondary invoices, secondary sales invoices, and that will have the product master distributor, not the brand. So this is a structural problem, product master. Many large FMCG companies or any companies which have scaling like brand, retailer, distributor, this format of operational logistics they face if they are dependent on the brands and distributors. So there is no final food solution for this because until and unless you get the exact data, exact title matching, or the access to distributor that will be selling only your brand. So there are multiple approaches that we can take here. So one would be that you get the inventory level information, stock level information, stock level. Another way this is called primary sales information. Second would be that you launch your scheme, incentive scheme, and be dependent on the retailer. That let's say in the initial quarter, in the quarter, you let all the invoices pass in. for particular incentive scheme. And how do you filter it out is that the retailers meet each other. And in your brand, let's say I'm talking about Prince. So Prince buys someone for doubtful cases, for all the cases, for doubtful cases. They check that this is not my product. And again, we have discussed how this mapping and everything. But these are some of the steps, solutions that can be done. And many companies, those who have tried to find solutions for this or face this problem, many large company to face this, pharma company or FMCG company or any big company, MNCs face. So rather than being fully dependent on the distributor to share the master, or because distributor we have many DMS services, distributor services, and tele integration. Distributor maintains multiple things, multiple integration. So asking distributor to be cooperative or designing incentive for them. So many companies directly bypass this and directly try to create a web application for retailers wherein they can order, they can get incentive or anything, transaction and everything, transaction complaint, everything they can do on the single application or brand application. This is the brand web application. Web application. So this is also another way of um, solving this problem. Or otherwise you get into stop level that you have the brand results information from the brand that this is the number of products that I have sold and um, it cannot be that this distributor is selling more than that. Let's say 2.5 inch pipe I have sold to my ex distributor. So to the retailer, he cannot sell, of course, in a region wise, zone wise, he cannot sell more than that. So these are the some of the approaches we can solve. Or we can, when we are building some systems of mapping, so we can flag when we find in the product title there is a name of the brand or a special code that many brands maintain. That flag or that identification can be built in the mapping logic if we are using this. But again, at the initial level. So this was the first point, and the second point I want to discuss about the web application. Yes, so in a web application, let's say we have built our interface which interacts with the user is the WhatsApp. It is where user is interacting. This is the primary interface for the user. And herein they ask about their each of the business transactions. It could be order, it could be invoices, it could be a stock, it could be a different product, it could be a transaction, it could be a ledger, it could be a dispatch mode, it could be anything. Starting from the product inquiry to the final product delivery, ledger, dispatch, anything, credit note, debit note, everything. Of course, on your B2B scenario. So how we can build this architecture or a platform? So this is the WhatsApp. We need some um, Meta BSP services to integrate this because Meta does not directly offer this. Of course, you have the business API, cloud API you can take, but if you are using this in a web application, then it becomes uh, helpful and it is very good for the scale and the lots of integrations. If you want to do again and you are providing the order dispatch and everything, you would have the integration with the multiple ERPs like Tele or SAP or any integrations you want, SAP or any other ERP next, or there are multiple integrations that you would want result multiple integration. So for that integration, you need an integration layer also. So let's say here we have created an integration layer. So there is a this is the WhatsApp provider. There is an integration layer. But again, this is just a basic flow that I have. was trying to show. So when we have this, let's say we got the WhatsApp API from a WhatsApp provider. Many BSP services are there, like Playview, Info VIP, Reddington, multiple things are there. And there is one. So banks, everyone uses BSP services. So here we can get the now here this is the BSP services, their API provider. And this Waha thing is a actually unofficial thing. The uh, groups the services without having the meta official API services. You create the unofficial root of WhatsApp. But again, this is very problematic and this can be anytime disconnected or meta services. Metas are not entertain these services, so there is a big problem with that. So here in our platform starts where we provide the load balancer. And once this API services start, this is our platform. We have the container where we load our web application. This is our server. And whenever a request comes or from the WhatsApp, it goes to our bot, intelligent bot. Now we have two systems implemented here. So the two system is that we have also a bot. Bot is a fixed workflow routine type. As let's say user is typing a fixed query like order. So I know that user is inquiring about order. So I have some bot built in that answers in that customer ID, checks, and it has a workflow. Let's say I'm giving example of order. So let's say user types in that get my latest order. So I have built a bot which based on the keyword, let's say in the message it is mentioned an order. So it had identified the user is inquiring on the order. So in the background, I will see the customer ID, whether it is a registered customer or not. So if it is a registered customer, what is the business or the company it is registered with. Then I will check there what is the latest order and then I will show in the output. So this is where it is. So let's say if it is an intelligent bot, digital bot. So here I these are the different monitoring services that is present on the platform from the AWS services, CloudWatch, RDS monitoring. This is the database that I have. So Lambda is for the events that occur. Let's say user is uploading multiple files or asking through images or anything. That is for that. Lambda upload files. Then there is a ERP data sync. The client ERP. This is the media that is uploaded. Then there is a user data, and these are the monitoring fields. And what is the session? This is the DynamoDB session storing. Now herein I store the complex message, then I send it to the LangChain or LangGraph. If it is not a complex, then I send it to Typebot or agent bot. And it executes whatever the order dispatch anything that is required. Okay, that's all. This is that web application. We will explore more in future.